Hello all, my name is Or Katzman and I work for the YK Center and SDG Israel. I'm here to represent Professor Yehuda Kahane, Fellow and Treasurer of the World Academy of Arts and Science. Professor Kahane is here with us, however he is unable to speak, so I will be speaking on his behalf. Because of time constraints, I will lay out some points. We are living through the Anthropocene era, an era where humans have become the major force affecting change on our planet. Environmental risks are threatening the thrivability of our society. The environmental risks require trillions of dollars in investments annually. We have very limited time, and trillions means that we require 1,000-fold of our current investments in the field and many more projects. This requires an unrecognized managerial input and tremendous effort on behalf of planners, engineers, economists, etc. This calls for transformation of nations, what we call transformation. The United Nations achieved a remarkable agreement with the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. All the member countries committed to reach the SDGs by 2030. The SDGs represent a paradigm shift, a globally united agenda. The states are responsible for that agenda, and the companies, NGOs, and citizens are required to join this effort. The COVID-19 pandemic has proven that we are able to transform our world, industries, culture, and work in a drastic way and within weeks. But the problem of climate change and other environmental changes is that they are long-term, while governments and business leaders are short-term thinkers. The true leaders are the ones with long-term foresight. How can we obtain the necessary funds? The pension funds need long-term investments to back up their commitments. If they were to invest in SDGs, it would be a perfect match. There should be one condition. The bonds to support these investments should have a high interest rate. There's now a conflict between the government that should be advancing SDGs and central banks who set their interest rates close to 0%, meaning there is no incentive for long-term growth and investments. As a rule of thumb, people should save about 30% of their income. But in contrast, the saving rate is close to zero. Also, each dollar invested in the SDGs will not bring high yields because of externalities that are not taken into account. The prospective investor only receives the economic profits, while others, government or the public, get the environmental and social benefits. We have no economic model that properly incorporates the social and environmental ideas. If the SDGs are the business of governments through regulation, they could do this by approximation, subsidies, or doing a revision of the national accounting standards. This way, we finance the SDGs and create a pension and jobs for millennials and future generations.